I'm here with John Orton from Bethany Baptist Church. He is the youth director, and he's also the worship director. And he's also working on becoming an ordained pastor, which is awesome. We love John. And he's also part of the Revive Northwest 2019 prayer team, and that's so important. Now, we've been having discussions. I've been talking with different pastors and stuff, and so I have a question for you. What is it that you feel is inhibiting revival in a church today?
Yeah. I think the thing that comes to my mind first and foremost about the inhibition of revival is that people come into church with their own agendas. And I've seen that in different congregations I've been a part of, in different ministry opportunities, that people come in going, I know what I want to do, so I'm going to do it. God is kind of taken out of the picture sometimes, right? And we start thinking of what can God do for me?
Right.
What can the church do for me? What can the congregation and the people and the pastor and everybody, what can they do for me? What do I want? What do I want? What do I want? And I think we lose sight of how can I serve God? How can I serve the people? How can I serve the neighborhood, the community? So when we get these people, and when I say these people, I mean this is in a lot of congregations. We get a divided church almost of people who are following God and serving, and then the people that go, well, I want this for me, and I want this ministry to look this way because I created it, right? And we lose sight. We lose sight of God's call, of spreading the gospel, building God's kingdom here on earth. And when we start losing that sight, then really we're not following God's call anymore. We're not. And then the overarching word that comes to my mind, my last point, is fear. Fear of the unknown, fear of the future, fear of the past even. Fear of what can happen to me if I proclaim Christianity even. Fear of what can happen to my family in the future with sickness and fear of what the future holds, really. And I think when that comes to church congregation, that should be an empowering thing, and that we should look to God to overcome that fear, that we should look to our neighbors or our brothers and sisters in prayer. And I believe that that's what a healthy congregation is, and I believe that when people stop having their own agendas and start following God, right, that fear is taken, or at least it's quenched a little bit, right? And God calls us to give everything to Him, to drop it at His feet, and that's hard for me even sometimes, and for all of us. And I want to end with this verse that's in Psalm 133, actually. And I'm going to read that for you, if that's okay. It says, "Behold, now good and pleasant, how good and pleasant it is when brothers dwell in unity. It is like the precious oil on the head running down on the beard of Aaron, running down on the collar of his robes. It is like the dew of Hermon, which falls on the mountains of Zion, for the Lord has commanded the blessings, life forevermore." I think that just paints the picture of our call to rise above and be sanctified by Christ. And
absolutely for that.
And I think that if we set our sights right, we're going to see revival happen.
I agree.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah. Thanks, Mike.
I appreciate it. Thanks, John.
Yeah, thank you.